Hello and welcome to my channel, my space to journal my days, to reflect and be thankful. My journey is an ordinary girl, one in a million in this so ordinary world, but aiming for the extraordinary. My thoughts for today, a new page I now create. Welcome to Slim's Diary. And another week it is already. Unbelievable. It's just amazing how time flies by so quickly. It just feels like yesterday that I just put my pen down and now it's another week. It's been a good one though. We've been up to quite a bit. I've tried to keep myself busy, and the kids have been doing their own stuff, bouncing about, getting their stuff done. But oh my goodness, dear diary, they are beginning to drive me nuts. Here I was wondering why schools had to let out for half term and other holidays, and now I've got them in the house 24/7. I've got them 24/7. There's no escaping them. I used to wish we could be given the option of letting them stay in school, obviously at no extra cost, if we haven't got any holidays planned, like for that period. But unfortunately, that's not it. There's just two of them, but it feels like there's half a dozen of them. Deborah alone sometimes feels like she's four people in one. She's that good. One minute she's in the kitchen, the next she's in the bedroom, and next she's in the living room. She just seems to be like everywhere at the same time. From the time she wakes up in the morning to her eyelids close at night, she's talking and moving from one end of the house to the other. When she was younger, I almost believed she had pins in her bum or something wrong, definitely, because she wasn't one to sit still and she could talk you to heaven and back while she was at it. Years on, and she's still the same, getting on 10, and there's no signs of slowing down. Despite all this, though, she's very meticulous and very tidy. Almost to a fault, though. She's just very tidy. And David, on the other hand, was and is still much the quieter of the two. As a baby, you were guaranteed on finding him on the same spot you left him about an hour ago. You could go chop him down, go have lunch, go make lunch, and he'll be fine. He was happy and content to be by himself, either enjoying a TV program or playing with a toy, or just plain singing to himself. As he's grown, he's fallen in love with books and truly gets lost in the book once he picks it up. I found him several times, with a torchlight, reading late into the night. I wonder where he got that from. And then he can be very untidy. Oh my goodness. As long as there's space for his feet to walk about in his room, he's fine. As long as he's got trousers and a shirt on, he's fine. Doesn't matter the callers are screaming at each other or whispering sweet nonsense to each other. He's clothed, he's fine. And then they can squabble. Oh my goodness. They can squabble. One minute they're friends, and the next they're sworn enemies. I spend my days breaking up fights, not trying to take sides and ensuring whatever policy I apply now is the same for another time when the tables are turned. Because the tables are going to get turned. They will get turned. I've learned my lesson. Parenting is such hard work. Very hard. It's not for the faint-hearted. I keep having to repeat myself time and time again, like for example, clean the sink after washing the dishes. But it seems to go in one ear and out the other immediately. I've seriously thought of recording these well-known home phrases and just playing them back on speaker when I need them. I bet you loads of parents are gonna want that. It's gonna come in very handy. I physically go to bed with mouth ache some days because I've talked so much and I'm not even a motivational speaker. Ever heard of someone dying of mouth ache? I might be the first. Homeschooling hasn't been that bad so far, though. I know the excitement's going to wear off soon, but we're enjoying it while it lasts. We're following the school structure, which means they have to be up and ready for morning briefings at the same time that they would have been if they were in school. So it's an early start. And then what that does is that it sets a nice and orderly tone to the day. And because they're older and can manage the computers themselves, I'm not really needed. Exercises are given out for each lesson with assignments expected, sometimes at the end of the lesson, which they have been great in handing in. They've been putting teams for the different subjects using Microsoft Teams, and that seems to be working all right. There's been no issues. Everyone's just falling into the new rhythm of things in school. So it's been great to see that there hasn't really been any break so much. Sometimes, somehow, though, they still manage to get on each other's nerves, even though they're in different rooms, and I'm still having to break up fights whilst they're in school. They've got like 5 minute breaks in between most lessons in order to break the continued screen time, and that's when they go taunting each other. I hear schools might reopen at the beginning of June, and I hope they do. I really hope they do. It's been great, but I think I've just about had enough. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy all the time I've got with them. Because before you know it, they'll be grown and gone, and I might be lucky to get a call now and then. It's it's meant to be lovely weather this weekend. We're gonna take things easy and make the most of it. And who knows? I just might be picking up my pen again as I put it down. But for now, it's good night.